Hello and welcome to Play Talk Repeat. I'm Oliver and I'm joined by Niall, Alex, and Lewis.
Hello.
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 It's time for the PTR show, our bi-weekly news and discussion podcast. We've got a lot to discuss today, including the big state of play that happened yesterday at the time of recording. But first, we're going to get into
Beep boop boop. What have we been playing?
what we've been playing, and we're going to start with Niall.
Hello. So, playing a game called Mewgenics. Mewgenics is the latest game released by Edmond McMillan and his buddy Tyler as well, who previously collaborated to work on a game called The End Is Nigh, and I'm sure they've worked on other stuff before as well together. I've got a funny relationship with Edmondo because I've never really gelled with any of his games, though I will play them all because he's one of the reasons why my life is the way it is because of his appearance in Indie Game the movie that was released in 2012 maybe at this point. It was on Netflix and I just thought I'd watch it and it was but anyway, Mewgenics is a turn-based, grid-based battler with roguelite elements. And what you do in the game is you choose 4 cats from your house and you go out on an adventure and do battles and get upgrades, get power-ups. And when you finish your run, those cats are retired and you can never use them again. So what do you do with them? Well, you breed them and to make more cats. And the abilities and passives and the appearance of those cats get turned into a little baby cat who takes some of those passives and some of those active abilities and you take them forward in your next run. And that's your progression, is that you make more and more cats and they get stronger and stronger and stronger based on your decisions of what upgrades to get and who to breed and that sort of thing. And that's pretty much it, really. That is the entire loop in a nutshell. There's loads to it. I'm pretty sure by default there's 150 combinations of unique individual starter cats, as in like strays, which wander in, but then you can combine them into essentially an infinite number of combinations of completely unique cats. Like, I've seen so many stories already. One of the great things about this game is just the stories which come out of it. Like, one of the cats inherited the addiction of eating poop, and one of the bosses in the game that they came up to was also tagged as being made of poop. And so the cat just went up to it and ate it all. And then the boss was done. So instead of it being in...
What attributes does that cat behind you have?
This one...
Yeah.
She likes pooing and then not being completely clean afterwards.
Oh, nice one.
She likes meowing a lot. And she likes jumping into the box of biscuits before I've got them out onto the scoop.
Right, okay, cool.
So, yeah, not all great. I don't think I'd breed her. But yeah, the game is grotesque. The game is a bit not great to look at. The art style is definitely not for everyone. And there's a lot of dialogue, and none of that for me is particularly exciting, but the gameplay is very much for me. I didn't like Isaac as much as others because I'm not someone who really gets better with mechanical skill. So it was all just down to what items I got. If I didn't get good items, I'd die. If I got items, and I'd live. I'm not like a crazy guy like Lewis who can use WASD to dodge bullets or anything like that. So yeah, that's Mewgenics. The only other I played a couple of small ones, which I'll talk about very quickly. I played a game called Tap Tap Loot, which is not a game that you actually play. What you do is you download it on Steam and then press play, and then you've got a little cart that you can put anywhere on your desktop, and every time you type or click on anything else, it will move along a little like field at the bottom of your screen and kill enemies. And so you just build up a little cat guy, which is pretty cool. Little nice idle game.
Sounds like a virus.
Sounds like what?
A virus.
A virus? Yeah, no, it does, I suppose. I also played a game which I don't think any of you would like because I don't think you have the brain capacity for. Is a game called Strange Jigsaws. Strange Jigsaws is a jigsaw-based puzzle game that is very liminal. Some would say even super liminal. in that it's a loads and loads of tiny little interesting puzzles, but nothing is what it seems. And within 5 minutes, you realize actually this game is nothing like I've ever played before. I just also realized I wasn't smart enough to play it, so I stopped playing it. But yeah, it was one of those games, which I think are incredible. And then also, I played from start to finish Resident Evil 2, both campaigns, including the final bit at the end, which was 5 minutes long, not an hour. And Resident Evil 2 is my second favorite Resident Evil game behind Resident Evil 8. It is an incredible survival horror game. It is actually scary. There were what it does really well. I won't go into any spoilers, but one thing which I was very worried about, and something we should do feel during your second run, because there's 2 campaigns that you have to play through, is that it's just going to be the same stuff. And in a lot of cases, it is. With the second run, it is sped up a lot. But one thing which it takes advantage of is that you think you know what's going to happen. And that's when you actually get scared, and there's actual, not even it's not like designed to be actual jump scares, but there was just one point where when I first played as Leon, there was a section where Mr. X came at me in a particular way that was very scripted, and it was like a cutscene. In the second playthrough, that did not happen. And so I thought, oh, we're good then. And I did something which generated a lot of noise in the level, so I couldn't really hear anything. And I thought, is he going to turn up because he did in this first run? And I turned around and he was right fucking behind me. And then he just decked me to the ground and I actually yelped. And it was because I had that expectation beforehand as to what was going to happen, which is why it was scary. But yeah, other than that, that's everything from me. A bit shorter this time.
Crack-a-lacking. Alex, please.
I've not really been playing much. I beat Luigi's Mansion. That was a nice one and done. Like just get
Did
it
you
done
get
in
scared
one
with that
sitting.
one?
Oh, it was well scary. Look, like 50 boos came at me.
It is spooky.
Caught them all
50
out.
boos.
They used to scare
Yeah.
me as a kid, to be fair.
I never played it when I was a kid because I never had a GameCube when I was younger.
Damn.
The
It's
way
very
the way the ghost would scream when they, do you know when you're weak at them when they start running away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would always scare me because they really do like scream. I don't like.
It can't feel good getting sucked into a vacuum, to be fair.
Probably not. No.
No, it's probably very scary. But yeah, I gave that an 8 out of 10 because it's just a banger. Like you can't go wrong with it. I've also been making good progress on Trails in of the Sky.
Trails of the Sky.
Of the Sky. I keep calling it Trails in the Sky. I'm on chapter 3 now, so yeah, making good progress with that. And I'll give my thoughts when I actually beat it, which should probably be on the next PTR show. And then the only other game that of note that I've been playing is with Lewis, which is Resident Evil 5, which we beat, which is a cracking co-op game.
It is very good.
Yeah, probably not good single player. I've never played it single player, but I played it twice now co-op. Yeah, very good.
How good is it single player, Oliver?
Bad. It is bad.
Bad.
Bad. Well, last time, so I tried playing it single player recently, and it was bad. Last time I played it successfully all the way through was co-op, and that was with you, Niall, and that was, I believe, in the height of COVID, so it was a while ago now.
Yeah, we were starved for anything that was good.
Yeah, so I only played it all the way through when it first came out on my own, and I have not been able to do it since. Sorry, Alex, go on.
That's fine. That's pretty much it. Not really been up to much else.
Cool. Big Lou, what we got?
Yeah, this is all getting very samey because everyone's talking about Resident Evil, but I guess it makes sense because a new Resident Evil game is coming out. So everyone's playing in preparation. But as well as Resident Evil 5, which I will say was good, by the way. I did enjoy Resident Evil 5. I was expecting it to be awful. Based on what Oliver said, I can imagine it would suck playing single player just of the experience me and Alex had, because it's very fun co-op, but having to rely on Sheva doing stuff for you seems like it would just be a horrific experience, because me and Alex struggled quite a bit in several portions of the game, just in terms of like difficulty. So if you had to completely rely on an AI to help you do that, it seems like it would just be dreadful. But outside of that, the game was very good. I am playing these games in a weird order because we're getting the co-op ones out of the way now rather than waiting for me to get to them, because otherwise it wouldn't be for a couple of weeks. But the other game that I played was the first Resident Evil in the series being Resident Evil 1. I did play the HD remake instead of the original PS1 game, because I believe there's the PS1 game, then there's the GameCube game, and then they remade the GameCube game, I think, is how it works.
Yeah.
So I played the 2015 remaster. The game is really weird to enjoy. I don't like saying stuff is a product of its time, because I feel like you should always still give stuff a chance and try and separate it from when it came out and when it released and treat it as its own thing. But it very much feels um, like a PS1 game in a lot of regards, and that isn't necessarily a good thing. For nostalgia merchants, maybe people who love the PS1, people who love the way a PS1 game controls, people who love the memories of playing PS1 games, I guess that would be right up your alley. But as someone who has very much moved past the PS1 and has fond memories of the PS1, but like is very much removed from that technology now, it makes Resident Evil 1 a bit of a chore to play. There's a lot of mechanics in the game that just aren't fun. To describe the game, because I need to start doing that. I need to describe the game as if no one's ever seen it before. The basic setup for the game is you get put into a mansion, and you have to basically find out what happened to the rest of your party, because when you entered the mansion, you all got separated, and the whole goal is going through the mansion, solving puzzles, killing zombies, and basically trying to find your way out. So a lot of the game, or if not most of the game, revolves around puzzle solving, whether that's essentially riddles that come from notes and things on the wall or on the floor, or if that means having to like place certain objects in certain places in order to activate certain buttons or mechanisms and stuff like that. And combined with that, you have to walk around and also avoid the creepy crawlies, the zombies, the dogs, the all sorts that are roaming around the mansion, because it is in fact there is in fact like a virus that's been spread, and shit's going down. The way the gameplay actually controls is based on fixed camera angles. So if you've played any modern action game, usually it's over the shoulder or it's first person. You can control where your character moves omnidirectionally, and obviously you can control the camera with the right stick usually. Resident Evil early on had a thing called tank controls, where because the PS1 didn't originally have analog sticks, it only had a D-pad and like face buttons. The way that games controlled was primarily with the D-pad. So you only had up, down, left, and right. The Resident Evil games, the original ones, you control by holding forward. So holding forward always makes your character move forward, but as you move to different sections of a room or move into new rooms, the camera angle actually switches. So it's quite cinematic in that regard, because you can tell that every single angle has been chosen purposely. Um, every single little way that they frame stuff is done intentionally, which I think is really cool, because it makes for some really, really interesting cinematic moments and some genuinely scary moments. But as a result, it makes controlling it just complete and utter arse. In the remake, luckily there is a option for tank controls and more modern controls. The
Was
modern
there? I didn't know
controls, yes, so the modern controls allow for you to move omnidirectionally. You don't have to abide by the tank controls. It means Jill will always be running.
that. Right.
Because in the original game you have to hold forward and square to run, otherwise she just walks. If you choose the modern controls, you can run constantly, and then if you hold the analog stick slightly, it makes a walk. But why would you walk? There's just no point in doing that if you can run. So that did alleviate a lot of the issues control wise. To be fair, being able to move freely did make it a lot nicer, but obviously that's still combined with not being able to control the camera and being at the mercy of the camera angles that are given whenever you enter a room, or whenever you enter a certain corner of a room. The reason the camera angle thing can be annoying is mainly just due to the fact that if you're looking for specific things in the room, it makes it very difficult sometimes to find what you're looking for. And second of all, it means if there are zombies in the room and if there's monsters in the room, there's certain angles where you can't see where things are. You can hear it, but you can't see it. That obviously adds to the suspense and the horror of it. That's like kind of the point. As said, the game was very clearly made in a very certain way with these camera angles and stuff and the ways the zombies are placed and whatever. And I think that's very cool. Sorry, now let's talk about Resident Evil 1. I apologize.
It's still shorter than Niall's section.
I just thought it was an interesting.
You
game,
carry
so I
on,
wanted
Lewis.
to
Don't let him
cover
bully
it.
you.
So yeah, the I ended up giving the game a 6. I did enjoy the game. Those games still aren't for me. Those PS1 style tank control fixed camera angle games. As said, they're not particularly fun in the modern day. I think they're very difficult to adjust to, especially if you played any other video game. And I think most people who will praise them really highly are either people who are much more willing to, I guess, accept older controls and completely detach themselves from the fact that PS1 games kind of waste your time a bit. In the sense that they expect you to play over and over and over again and die over and over and over again and do things without help. Whereas in the modern day, we obviously have a lot of tutorials now. We have stuff on screen that tells you where to go. The games just sort of appreciate your time more as a player, whereas those early games do not. But due to the theming of the game, the music in the game, and just sort of multiple things about the game outside of the gameplay, I did think it was very good. And it is a really good horror experience. It's just, since it's basically a puzzle game, it sort of lets it down a lot for me because I'm not super interested in basically a primarily puzzle game. But I think the game does a lot of cool things, and I think it sets a good precedent for the rest of the series. And I understand, or at least based on playing it, I can understand why this did big numbers back in the 90s. I think it's a cool experience. I don't think it's for everyone at all. And I don't even know fully if I could recommend playing it, because I just feel like I know how everyone would react in this call to the controls and the camera angles and stuff. It isn't a fun time. But I definitely think there's potential for people to like it, or at least like aspects of it, if they were to play it. And I'm excited to play the rest of the series going forward. The plan is to play pretty much all the mainline numbered games, and Code Veronica.
I'd recommend Revelations.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'd recommend
Revelations 1 and 2. Or just
so
one?
I started playing 2 recently, and it seems like more of the same. But I'm not really that into it. But I liked Revelations.
I was considering Revelations because I heard one of them is co-op, I think.
Revelations 2 is.
Yeah, and I said to Alex, "Do you want to play it?" Because we may as well, and I'm pretty sure he was down. So I mean, might do that with co-op. But yeah, I do intend. Yeah, I do intend to play it. Oh, sorry, I do intend to play it now that you've said it. I was just going to skip it, but yeah, I'll give those a go. I am excited to play the rest of the games, and it was fun going through my first Resident Evil experience, because outside of this, the only other Resident Evils I played were Resident Evil 5, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago probably at this point, and Resident Evil 6, also probably like 10 years ago.
Worst ones.
Yeah, so it was nice dipping my toes into it.
Yeah. And I remember playing Revelations on the 3DS when it came out exclusively for the 3DS, which was crazy at the time. You had to buy an accessory for it, the Circle Pad Pro.
To
fit your 3DS.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember it. Really enjoyed it. I'm glad they remade it for other things though, because it would be horrible if that was stuck on that console.
Yeah.
Right, so let's get into my. I will start with Resident Evil. But only quickly. So I've finished my playthroughs of the Resident Evil games. I've finished 7 and 8. What I want to talk about is the DLC for 7, which I never played before. There's one where you play as Chris, and it's not amazing. It's a bit lackluster. But the other one,
does it do a bit of explaining his involvement in 8 though? Because for me, obviously not playing the DLC, it felt like why is he here?
No, so so the 2 DLCs are specifically to tie up loose threads from 7, in that Lucas and Zoe do not have an ending in the game. So it's the ending for both of those characters. Chris is to do with Lucas, so it's basically just finding Lucas and taking out Lucas.
Yeah.
The other one, End of Zoe, so that's the end of Zoe's story. You don't play as Zoe, you play as Jack's brother. They're like the main antagonist brother. And he just turned up, and he has no idea what's going on or anything like that, and he just starts punching shit. Like 90% of the combat in that DLC is just punching. just boxing basically. It's all the enemies are all the same as they were previously, and sometimes there's crocodiles as well that you can punch. But it is incredibly fun. It is really good. I really enjoyed it, and as Zoe. But outside of Resident Evil games, I'm going to play the DLC for it as well shortly, and then that will be me completely up to date for 9. Outside of Resident Evil games, I played Sword of the Sea, which is kind of like a journey. But it's almost too much like Journey. Like if you wasn't, if you wasn't like surfing. Is that right? Surfing.
Sword
surfing. If you wasn't sword surfing, then it will be almost identical. But it's really fun. It plays really well. It controls really well. I liked that. I actually gave that one a 9 out of 10. I played. I don't know how to pronounce this. Lumines. Is it Lumines?
Lumines Arise.
Lumines Arise. It's a very, very pretty game. The music's fantastic in it. In terms of it's been a long time since I've had to learn how to play a puzzle game from the ground up, because I've never played a Lumines game before, and it looks like Tetris, it is completely different than Tetris, and your brain is trying to, if you come from this after playing nothing but Tetris, your brain is trying to play Tetris. And I failed over and over and over again because of that reason, and it's completely different. You're making squares instead of lines, essentially, and it's quite difficult. I managed to get my way through it, but the highlight of that was definitely like the graphics and the music, for sure. Like if I don't play another Lumines game again, I wouldn't care. But I did give it an 8 out of 10.
Classic Oliver.
A couple more 8 out of 10s. Played Papers, Please. For the first time. I know it's been out for many years. But I bought it, I think at Christmas, as I was going through a wish list and just buying loads of random shit, and I saw it and played it. It was really fun. I really enjoyed that. I got like 6 or 7 of the endings in the end, trying to get to the final day.
6 or 7.
Guy. But yeah, really enjoyed that. Played Planet of Lana in preparation for the Planet of Lana 2. That's fun. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone in this call unless you really enjoyed Limbo and Inside. If you did,
I've already played Limbo, and I don't really care.
I've only played Limbo. It was all right.
Yeah, I would not recommend it to any of you, because you really need to really enjoy that type of game to get into this, because Limbo and Inside have like the style going for it as well, whereas this is a little bit more of a general style. It's not like dark and anything like that. Basically, you play as a kid that lives in a village. I don't think it's on Earth, but then that village gets invaded by like aliens. To start stealing people, taking them away, and then but one of the little aliens is a little cat that you befriend, and then you just like basically just a side scroller. But yeah, all of that's pretty much me. See, now that's how you get through like 7 or 8 games dead quickly.
Not 6 or 7.
Do you want to talk about that one game? Or do we not?
Oh no, which one?
No.
He wants to talk about Overwatch.
Overwatch is
It's the greatest game of all time. Yeah.
Yeah, so they've essentially relaunched Overwatch.
Again.
Yeah, so they went from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2, and now we're on Overwatch 1 again. And they launched it with 5 new characters, with 5 more planned up until the end of the year, I believe. They have a new Helldivers style, sort of like artificial battle, where you either pick being a member of Overwatch or being a member of Talon. And I think that, first of all, everyone should pick Overwatch because those are the heroes. But also, Overwatch had an unfair advantage because it just put out like a multi-million-dollar cinematic that was all centered around the Talon. And then you just have Winston in the end munching on some peanut butter. So I don't think that did Overwatch any service. I think that if they do an Overwatch cinematic next, it'll just be the other way around because people are sheeple. That's what I say. But yeah, the game is the same as it was, really, just with the 5 new characters. Queue times are obviously massively improved because now it has eclipsed Marvel Rivals in concurrent player count on Steam, which is confirmed to be a fraction of what the total player base actually uses. Most still either use Battle.net or play on console. And it's got new UI. Heroes are segmented into different subclasses, which I think is nice. And overall, it's back. Overwatch is back.
It is very much back. I'm enjoying it like a lot. Like Niall said, they haven't necessarily changed much. I think they've done like a lot of balancing, to be fair.
Yeah.
And they finally rectified some of the issues from going to like 5v5 and stuff, not even one tank, and like the game just feels very nice to play. And I think all the new characters are very nice. Is inclusion's a word? That doesn't seem like a word. That is a word, isn't it?
Yeah, inclusions.
Yes. They're all very nice inclusions to the game. And they've even gone back and fixed a lot of the lighting in all of the maps, so all of the maps look like way better now, and it's very good, considering this game can literally run on a potato. So the game not only looks amazing, but pretty much anyone can play it regardless of what system they're on. And it's just a great time, especially if you're looking for any sort of free-to-play multiplayer game. I'd argue it's one of the best ones on the market right now.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you're like itching for like a comp fix and stuff, like something simple that you can understand, very basic to get into, that has like a high skill ceiling. Overwatch is just there, and it's free, and it's good. And I'm very excited that it's back. It's been one of those. It's a game that I feel like I was expecting to die long ago, especially with the launch of Overwatch 2 and stuff, and it was very ropey. But they completely seem to have turned it around. And somehow 10 years later almost, or no, it'll be 10 years this year, yeah. It pretty much is back and stronger than ever. So yeah, I'm very excited for it. I love Overwatch. I used to love Overwatch. I still love Overwatch. So being able to play it with a healthy player base is good shit.
We're still losing as much as we always did.
No, we were winning quite a bit yesterday.
Yeah.
I think we won more than we lost yesterday.
Yeah, we won 1 or 2.
More.
1 or 2
No, we
for
lost
sure.
more.
Additions was the word you were looking for, by the way, Lewis.
Additions. Inclusions make sense.
It makes sense. Yeah, well, that wasn't the word for it though.
I'd argue it is. Can't tell me I'm wrong. It's English.
I can. I'm doing it right now.
The English language has no rules whatsoever.
No. Before we move on, I just want to say, so I've retired 2 games this month as well. I played Ken. Did not for me at all. Ken,
Oh yeah.
do be bad. Ken, do be bad. It's if you love frustrating climbing simulators, then I'm sure it would be perfect for you. But that was not for me at all. I kept liking it and then not liking it and then liking it again. But in the end, it started raining and I could not make any progress at all. And the last place I could set up camp was ages away, so I would have had to climb all the way back down again. Fuck that. And he also retired Mewgenics as well. Not for me in any way.
Not for him.
Not for me.
Doesn't like good games.
Yeah, I need to play. I just haven't bit the bullet and bought it yet. I do need to give it a go. I'm very excited for it. The only reason I didn't is because I was playing Resident Evil, and I knew if I bought Mewgenics, then I probably wouldn't finish Resident Evil.
Yeah,
So
I'm sure you'd like it, Lewis. I know for a fact Alex would, definitely. But you do need to move past the point that the sense of humor is so out of date. Like, what was he called? The fella who made it?
Edmund McMillan.
Yeah, I don't think that he's left the house in like the last 10 years at all.
No, he's been. Didn't this game get announced in 2013?
It got announced in 2012 under a publisher. It got cancelled, and then I believe it was actually was relatively recently compared to 2012. Anyway, I think it was 2019 and 2020. He managed to be able to buy the rights back, so he could start development on it again. So it's been in development for 6 years, but. Like one thing which you can say about Mewgenics is that has been made with like no regards as to whether or not you will like it.
Yeah.
In terms of its theme and the way it looks, I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's all black and white because cats can't see color. I assume that's the reason why it's black and white.
I thought cats could see color. I thought that was a myth.
No, it's fact.
Dogs can't see color.
I've asked the cats, and they say that they can't see color. So like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, cats can see mainly blues and yellows.
There we go. That's why it's black and white. And yeah, like that's what I mean. The problem is that if there wasn't so much dialogue like constantly, then it would be a bit more forgivable. But you can't get away from it if you don't like it. Sadly.
I have heard that a couple of times that there's a lot of dialogue, but I thought it's one of those things that would slow down. Surely it's just dialogue because of the tutorials, right?
Well,
Surely that would stop.
no, there's like a quest system. So like one thing you can do with your retired cats is that you can give them to other people, and every time you hit a milestone with them, which is pretty frequently because you can make a lot of cats very quickly, it like plays like a whole story thing. And yeah, I assume that once you're like 400 hours in, there's probably less dialogue, but for like the first like 30 hours, I can't imagine it slowing down too much based off what I've seen.
Okay.
But yeah, he also said that it'll take around just playing it normally around 150 hours to complete. And he said that he only knows of one person who's been playing it for 2 years who's 100%ed it. So
Right.
there you go, Lewis. That's a platinum for you when it comes to console.
75 on how long to beat.
Definitely won't be buying it on console. That's disgusting.
Main story.
I'm excited to play on Steam Deck. It's gonna be good shit.
Yeah, I played on Steam Deck. Right, okay, cool. We'll move on. We're going to move on to the. Should we call it the news or the big cheese?
The big news.
Yeah, big cheese.
The
I'll,
play both at the
I'll
same
press
time.
both at the same time.
It's with the old cheese
in
with
the
the news.
It's
Crack
the old
it.
cheese
News
profit.
All right. It's the big news. So yeah, yesterday evening there was a PlayStation State of Play. It was about an hour and 15 long. I've prepared stuff that I want to talk about. If there's stuff that I missed, please shout up, and I will find the supporting media for it. But first of all, we'll start off from the beginning, and we will, when I get my controls sorted, play the trailer. So first of all, a sequel to Kena Bridge of Spirits was announced, called, I've forgotten the name, Scars of Cosmora.
Didn't like the first one.
What didn't you like about it?
It was too boring. It was one of those games. No, I played it and I'm like, this is an Oliver game because it's that classic thing of he'd rather be bored than frustrated. There is no friction. There is nothing that will, nothing abrasive. It's just a pretty game with okay feeling combat, and it literally there was just nothing interesting for me there. This one might be different, but the first one, yeah, like I got it on PlayStation Plus and stopped playing after about an hour. I know it's only like a 5-hour game, but I'm just like, there's literally no point. I can't imagine this being any different in 4 hours time. So
I've just looked back at my review for it. So I did give the first one a 9 out of 10. So I must have properly loved it.
It's a very gorgeous game.
It's beautiful. Like the first one, it just looks like a Disney movie. Like it's such a good
up.
style to use. But yeah, I'm really, really, really hyped for it. Is it making either you or Alex? I know Niall's already played it. Making you or Alex want to play the first one before it comes out?
Yeah, me and Alex were talking about it when
Potentially, yeah.
I think they're just visually, like that alone makes me want to play it. It seems like an experience that you can't really get in many other games, just the way it looks and stuff. The combat and stuff I didn't really think much of, other than it looks kind of fun. I don't know how linear the game is. I assume it's really linear and straightforward based on
the fact that I like it.
Well, basically you like it and that's it was boring. Yeah, I assume it's very, very linear and just you go here and win. But with the game being short and me owning it on PC and PlayStation, I have no reason not to play it at some point. I feel like I should. It was one of those ones where I wanted to play it when it came out, but I just didn't want to buy it. But then when I got around to buying it, I think I only got it because it was on sale. And then it's just sort of sat there in my Epic library, so
yeah,
I do want to play it.
And yeah, like I said earlier in the chat, I had a notification because the first one's on my wish list because I think I played it on PlayStation at first. First one's on my wish list on Steam, and the first one went on sale at midnight the night before the State of Play.
Oh really?
Yeah. So they were preparing. But yeah, I didn't think it was a game that was going to get a sequel like at all.
Yeah, I'm glad it got a sequel. I mean, I've not played the first one, but like I'm glad that like it did well enough that there was like, right, let's make a sequel.
Yeah, no, definitely, without a doubt. I was thinking about what Niall said there about me not wanting, me rather being bored than frustrated. That is actually, I think that is true. Like, I can't really argue with that, but I wasn't bored playing this game. I know for a fact I was not bored playing this game.
You shouldn't argue with it. It was a direct quote from you and Alex, which I had like cycling in my head as you were praising Cuphead, and just the hypocrisy.
What part of Cuphead is boring?
Frustrating.
Oh, right.
No,
But Cuphead isn't frustrating.
Oh, right, okay.
For me, at no point has Cuphead ever been frustrating because
Cuphead's a great fucking game.
It
It is a great game.
But
is a great game.
everyone plays.
You'll find out in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
everyone plays video games for different reasons. I've been thinking about this a lot recently, and I know for a fact that, for example, me and Lewis, right, we'll play quite similar games, but we'll play them for completely different reasons. Whereas Lewis, like, it's most prevalent when we're playing Overwatch, for example, because I prefer quick play, Lewis prefers competitive. I play video games to relax and chill. Lewis likes to beat something. You know what I mean? Everyone plays things for different reasons, and that is okay.
There's a term. There's lean back entertainment or lean forward entertainment. You prefer lean back, Oliver prefers.
I try to lean back.
Lean
It's
forward.
bad for your posture if you lean forward.
Yeah.
You sit with your legs crossed. You're a freak.
I do. That's true.
Just throwing the F word around, man, like it's nothing. We'll move on. So not next thing announced, but the next thing I want to talk about. So Control Resident got an actual gameplay trailer. In my impressions of this, I came away thinking like this stuff right here looks really cool that they're showing at the right of this like little sizzle reel at the beginning, but then they get into the actual area of gameplay. It looks a little bit boring.
I have the complete opposite opinion of that. I think the gameplay looks really fun. I think it looks miles better than the original Control gameplay. I think the shooting with Jessie and the couple powers that you did use with her got kind of boring.
Yes.
I think this combat and this fighting in general looks a lot more engaging and just a lot more interesting in general. It looks a bit bare in terms of the enemies that you are fighting and like very few and far between. It looks like a very big world, or big level, sorry, that is like that doesn't have enough enemies filling it, I guess. And it looks like a lot of the design choices for the buildings and the way that you actually maneuver around are done more to be cool rather than to actually be efficient. But yeah, I think in terms of like engaging gameplay, this does look a lot better than Control, at least personally for me. Like, I'd rather play this combat based on what I've seen already than Control ever again.
Yeah, I'm not personally. I might not be looking enough at it. I just don't see enough of a difference. If you know what I mean, it's like because I've played Control. I've tried to play Control again recently. I played the first time I played it, I loved it. I platinumed it, loved it. Second time I tried to play it, and I couldn't help thinking this is boring. The combat seemed very bullet spongy.
It is.
I wish I couldn't see the health bars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a big negative for me.
No, I think that was a big thing in Control, and I didn't overly love the combat in Control, and I was mainly there for the story, to be honest with you. I wasn't. The combat, like you said, is very bullet spongy. Every enemy in that game is just bopping it in the head, especially some of the later enemies. It's just shooting it 50 times until it explodes, and then carry on.
Yeah, like I said, I hope I'm wrong. But what I do like about I like the traversal. Like this looks really cool. Like it's like changing the gravity kind of thing.
Oh yeah, it looks nice. Yeah. Like this going on right now. I said to Alex, to me, the gameplay comes across as one of those games where it's like not real. Like, you know, when like a game is like doing too much to be like, look what you can do, look at this game, look how cool it is. But then the game comes out and you play it and then it's nothing like what you saw. It kind of reminds me of that sort of thing. Like, there's too much cool shit and like too much cinematic shit going on. That makes me, and it's running too well. It's running like at a clean 60, so it makes me think that it's not. I don't know. It seems too clean. But I think the first game was relatively well optimized, so I mean, maybe they've just got that sauce on them.
Yeah, I don't think I had any issues with it running at all.
No, well, I remember the first game crashing for me constantly.
Crashed for me.
That's be fair. I played on PlayStation. Oh yeah, you played Control. You got it for Secret Santa, didn't you?
I did.
Can't remember. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like 90% of the time, and I much preferred this style of gameplay than Jesse shooting gun. So
fair.
I'm more excited for this than playing the first one. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm worried.
Oh, now I was worried.
I'm worried. I'm worried because the reason why I like Control is because of the FPC, because of the building and the stories within it, and just the whole narrative for me was very much right up my alley. And I'm very concerned that now the two things that we've seen are. Is this on your screen right now, Oliver?
Oh yeah, sorry, watching fucking game for some reason. Apologies. I looked down for a second and it all changed. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so I can't stop looking at Game Grumps.
I'm getting rid of it now.
Yeah, like literally, so the two trailers we've seen have been Dylan completely, and Dylan for me was the worst part about Control narratively. I didn't get the ending. I didn't really get him as a character, and it was purposely vague around him. And I really liked Jessie and her story and her like a sudden rise to being the director and how you deal with stuff. The two DLCs were really, really good, like revolving around that. And it feels like, based off what we've seen, we're not getting any of that. I'm instead playing as the character which I like the least in that game, and I'm hoping it's a bit more of a mixture.
I assume Jesse will come into it at some point.
No, but from what we're getting, without me knowing much about the story, it seems like the contamination has leaked out the FBC, and Dylan's been sent to deal with that whilst the lockdown is still happening. So I don't know whether it's going to be a combination of Dylan trying to deal with it spreading further whilst Jesse is trying to stop the contamination from within. That would be a really good mixture, and I really like that. I'd also really like the breaking gameplay as well, because the gameplay looks good, but it's not something which will keep me interested for like 15 hours. I need that, poring over notes and documents and learning about these abnormalities and whatnot. So, yeah, I'm just a bit worried at the moment.
He's a bit worried.
Apprehensive.
Speaking of being worried, so next one. This isn't a positive one at all. I just wanted to highlight it because it's really, really weird. So Rayman's 30th anniversary. So what I heard, like rumors of like a remake or a remaster coming out for of the first game, but what they're actually doing is releasing 5 versions of the same game and calling it a digital museum.
I think this is insane that they're doing this. I understand that the 5 versions of the game are different, but I said this as soon as it happened. I said, who the fuck wants to play the same game 5 times? Like, I don't care if it's different because it's on different consoles. And I know at the time, different consoles released different versions of games. It happened constantly. But as an anniversary collection, when they said that, I was expecting a 1, 2, 3 remake or something, not just here's one 5 different times. I get that there's a lot of Rayman 1 fans out there, and they probably all played their own version when it came out. Like, anyone who's nostalgic for Rayman probably has the console they played it on and that version of the game, but that's the version you're going to want to play. You're not going to want to play the other 4 versions. So it's one of those things where it's like, I guess you're buying it purely for the one game that you want to play, but it just makes it weird as a collection because I don't think anyone's ever going to... Well, someone will, obviously. I'm not going to say no one will, but I feel like a lot of people aren't going to play all 5 of the games because it's just the same game, isn't it? Like, I don't know. I feel like it would have worked way better as a collection if it was the first 3, especially since they haven't had any love since they came out. There's been no sort of remakes or remasters or anything. So, I don't know. I just think that would have worked better for a 30th anniversary collection of some sort.
Yeah, no, it's a strange one. Like I said, there's like a prototype in there or something like that, but I don't know. Releasing, I don't think digital museums. I think digital museums is a valid thing to call it, but charging you for it as a game is weird. You know what I mean?
How much is it?
I don't know. I know that it's available today. I know that much.
Is it? One sec. Anniversary price. It is. Oh, it just says coming soon. It doesn't.
No, it says now. It said available tomorrow.
$20 or £20 because for some reason dollars are the same as pounds.
No.
Yeah, $20.
Yeah, no, not for us. It'll be for someone out there, and I hope they sell it.
If it was a Rayman 2 thingy, I would have bought it.
I'd be all over it.
Rayman 2.
Yeah, but if they just included Rayman 2 in there, that would have been nice,
Yeah,
it's like a classic collection.
Well, I don't know what it is with Rayman games, but no matter what console it was on, it was always a different game. It's very weird.
Yeah,
it's the same with Rayman 2, same with Rayman 3.
Strange. Also, we probably should have covered earlier. So the 2 games we discussed previously, Control and Kenna, thank you. They're both been given release dates of 2026. No actual specific, but Rayman is today. Moving
today.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's crazy. Meaning Holloway, let's go.
Yeah, man.
Did you know that if this flops, then that's the end of the studio?
Is it? What?
Yeah,
Have they
that's
not
what
made
it
enough
said.
money from all of the Shovel Knight stuff?
Apparently not. Yeah, they said that if
That's insane.
yeah, like while the guys tweeted about it, or I did an interview about it saying that if this doesn't do well, and that's it. Gonzo, the great Gonzo.
That won't be
What
very
happened
sad.
to their money?
Yeah,
I don't know.
To be fair, all the Shovel Knight DLC was free, I believe.
I mean,
Wait, really?
Well, yeah, because it was 'cause a lot of people backed the game, and the backing the game gave you all of the DLC, and it took them a long time for them to create and release that DLC.
Right. Okay.
But then the Shovel Knight Dig and Shovel Knight Treasure, something else, can't remember the name of it. I've not played them, even though I'm a Shovel Knight fan. I really probably should have. They would charge, so you would think they had more money. But yeah, but Meanwhile Hollow looks really good. Looks like a nice ode to like Game Boy Color style games. I'm really looking forward to it. The more I see of it, the more worried I get that it's completely. It's looking more and more completely different from Shovel Knight, and like in terms of how the combat works, and it's not a platformer. It's more of like an exploratory game, like a Link's Awakening type thing.
Did you play the demo?
I've not played the demo. I did play the demo when it was on Switch. I played
the Switch one.
I think it was at a time either I didn't have access to my Switch, or it was.
I think Niall had it.
Yeah,
Niall had his Switch.
It was
I think
available on
only a
Steam
demo
at some
came
point, though.
came out at the same time, and you can play either of them.
But it's exclusively on PlayStation, so
I don't know
Yeah.
how this demo works because they announced on that trailer that it was exclusive to PlayStation.
It's
but,
probably
like,
just a new up-to-date demo.
yeah, I guess that's
Yes.
hopefully what they meant because it just seemed very weird.
Yeah.
Say that it was exclusive to PlayStation, they'd be like, but I've seen the demo 5 other times. It confused me a bit.
I had fun with the demo when I played it on Switch. It nothing like groundbreaking, but
No.
I'm sure we'll see when it comes out though.
I've got it in the draft, so I hope it does well. I'm sure it will do well. I'm sure it will.
I'm sure it'll do decent.
Yeah, they know how to make a good game. Right, moving on. This one's really just for me, so I'll just talk about it.
Star Wars?
No, it's never.
That was.
So
I'm never gonna play this.
banger. Yeah, it's even more a banger the 10th time I fucking heard it. So it's made by the same people who made Gris, and obviously Never. It's a surprise like prequel to the actual like full Never game. Again, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone in this call at all, but I really enjoyed the first one. I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm like, really hyped for it to come out for sure. Which I believe is in like 6 days.
Well,
Don't think anyone else is gonna play this, are they? No.
Nope.
no, I didn't really agree. Sadly,
No. It's very artsy fartsy. But I like artsy fartsy sometimes. You know, it's just nice to look at, nice to listen to. It's not. It's definitely not a game that will frustrate you at all. It's very easy platforming and puzzle.
Very
for sure.
boring, is what you're saying.
No,
Boring.
that's not what I'm saying.
Boring, not frustrating.
Oh wait, it's DLC. See, I thought it was
DLC.
I thought it was a.
DLC.
I thought it was a full separate game because
You can't nominate it for GOAT, you know.
I wasn't going to. I don't think it'll score that highly. Something that we can talk about though is Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2.
What was in the first one?
This is all Ludog.
This was such a big fucking deal. Alex didn't quite realize the magnitude of
I
what
was
was
literally
going
just
on.
like, okay.
It's huge.
Yeah, so Metal Gear Solid Volume 2 has included... Sorry, Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2 has included Metal Gear Solid 4, which is a PS3 exclusive game that has been fucking stuck, shackled down, locked on the PS3 since it came out. It was the only way to play it. And I was certain it was never going to come off of that because PS3 games are notoriously hard to do anything with because it was built on
cell processor.
Yeah, because it was built on bullshit.
Yeah.
So all those games are just fucking stuck, and for some reason, even though Sony made the console, they're always like, can't do it.
Yeah.
don't know how to reverse engineer this. Don't know what to do with it. Like, mate, and it's like, you made the console. What are you talking about? Like, do it. So this is a huge fucking deal that it's free because now you can play all of the mainline Metal Gear Solid games on other consoles. You can play the entire thing. And the other game they added in the Master Collection was Peace Walker, which was a PSP or was it PS Vita? PSP game.
I think it was PSP. Peace Walker.
Yeah, Peace Walker was a game that was stuck on PSP. That is now free as well. So yeah, you can now play the entire Metal Gear Solid. It's not even a trilogy. It's like an anthology at this point. I don't know. You can play all of the games on other consoles now from start to finish. You can experience it. I just think it's very exciting. I still need to play through the Metal Gears myself. It's more just the fact that Metal Gear Solid 4 is not stuck on the PS3. That's such a massive deal. People have been begging for any sort of port or any sort of remake or anything since it came out. Because I think it came out in like 2009, I think, or something. It was a long time ago.
I remember it coming out because I bought it. I remember playing it.
Yeah, and any game... I also bought it as well. I also own it, but I've never played it.
2008 it came out.
Yeah, any game that was made for the PS3 was just sort of inevitably stuck forever. So this dropping like 18 years later now, finally free from its shackles is just really fucking exciting. Yeah, it's just really, really cool.
Is Revengeance playable on other consoles?
Revengeance? Is that the one with is that the one with Raiden?
Yeah.
Raiden. Yeah, that's on everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, cool.
No.
I can't remember seeing it on anything.
Well, sorry, I say it's on everything. It's definitely on PC.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's on PS5
It's on PC and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, is it on PS5 and Xbox? Because I know it's on 360 and PS3, but yeah.
But it's Wikipedia.
So that's...
Well, yeah, So when I said it's on everything, it's because PC to me is like accessible to everyone. But yeah, that one I guess needs ports for console. But as far as it goes, you can now experience Metal Gear Solid in all of its glory, like all of it, which I think is very good.
It is good. That's coming out 27th of August, by the way. And I started playing the first one, didn't I? And I got honestly like 70% of the way through it, and I've just not gone back to it. I need to finish it.
You were enjoying it as well.
I was enjoying it. It was actually quite fun. I usually don't like my stealth games, but that seems to do just really, really well.
Yeah, they updated the first collection as well to make the Metal Gear 1 look better.
Oh yeah, I'm not playing it without save states though. So
oh yeah,
that's not happening. But yeah. Moving on, this is Ludog again. This one.
Trevor Belmont.
This is Castlevania.
Yeah. This was also not like a big deal as in terms of as like Metal Gear, but it's still a big deal because we haven't had a 2D Castlevania. I don't know the exact dates on the last 2D Castlevania, but it's been a while.
No, we had like Bloodstained, didn't we? Though, which was
we had Bloodstained Ritual of the Night and stuff. Yeah, which was a spiritual successor, I guess, to Castlevania. But we've fully gone back and committed to the 2D Metroidvania Castlevania, and that's just very exciting. Castlevania obviously has it has a lot of hits, it has a lot of misses, and there's a reason I think that I was gonna say there's a reason there hasn't been one in a while. I think it's because 2D Metroidvanias kind of fell out of just like the limelight, I guess, for a bit. Yeah. People still like them, but especially when Bloodstained was coming out, I don't think that game did anywhere near as good as people were expecting it to, or the company was expecting to when it was initially announced. And I think that sort of like put a big stop on all of the Metroidvanias that were coming out at the time. But I think in the past couple of years, especially, we've seen a lot of really, really high quality and really interesting Metroidvanias, especially with like big releases such as Metroid Dread and stuff. Like I think it's brought Metroidvanias back a lot. So bringing back essentially the OG Metroidvania, which, well, I know Metroid is the OG, but I mean like one of the ones that matched it.
One of the ones that created the genre for sure.
Yeah, I think he's really cool and really impressive. And I mean, yeah, visually it looks really cool. I have no complaints from watching that trailer and seeing the gameplay and stuff. It seems like the company that they're working with, or the studio they're working with, was the Dead Cells people you said, right, Oliver?
Yeah, Dead Cells, yeah, motion swap.
And Dead Cells was really fucking good. It controlled great, it felt great. So I'm sure this new Castlevania, if you're interested in Metroidvanias in any way, is going to be really, really good.
Yes, Niall disappeared.
Niall's gone.
To one from ages ago when he had to leave.
Yeah, he thinks he can trick us.
He thinks
oh, here he is.
There's two of them. No, yeah, Konami was really cooking.
Yeah, there was a lot of Konami stuff.
They legit could have had a direct of their own, yeah, because it was just like 20 minutes of them just popping off.
So in fact, they did have a direct right after this one. That was about the next game we're going to talk about, but it was just about that game. But like you say, it could have they could have easily done their own event. There was enough games in there for sure. But I'm glad they did it in this one because it just elevated.
Oh no,
it
yeah,
for
same.
sure.
Yeah.
So what is this game?
This is Silent Hill Townfall.
This is Silent Hill.
Is it like an actual new Silent Hill
Simon
game?
Hill.
Yep,
proper
new
one.
Silent Hill, and it's first person. A first for the
Cool.
series.
I'm excited.
I'm cautiously optimistic. I obviously didn't like Silent Hill F at all, so I'm hoping it will be different than that.
I'm excited for this one just purely from the perspective change. I think having it in first person is going to make it feel entirely different from any other game. And I'm just interested based on what they showed in this. I don't know if they showed any actual gameplay in this. I think it was all pre-rendered and stuff. But I couldn't tell. Like later on, they do have something that looks like gameplay, but I can't say for certain that it is.
Yeah. Like I say, it looks good. It's set in Scotland, isn't it?
Yeah, this is Simon.
Glasgow.
This is Simon, and it's in Scotland, and he for some reason keeps waking up in the water every day.
Scottish Simon.
Which is why at the start when the trailer started, he said he was called Simon, and I said to Alex, "Oh, it's Simon's Hill."
Yeah.
And then it actually ended up being Silent Hill. So that was kind of exciting. It was here where I thought it was going to announce it was Silent Hill.
Yeah.
And then it didn't. So I was like, oh, it probably isn't then.
Well, this game was previously announced.
Was it?
Was it?
Well, so they said they were doing the Silent Hill Direct thing, and they mentioned the game we are talking about, just to stop people from thinking it was the one remake. With the game we're talking about is Silent Hill Townfall, so it must have been out there to a degree, if it was just the name.
I mean, I'm impressed with the pace at which they've been pumping Silent Hill games out.
Yeah.
Like this will be the third one in 4 years. Silent Hill 2. No, did Silent Hill come out last year? Was it?
I can't remember.
I think they've had a game every year. I think.
Yeah.
If we're including this one now, so they're pumping them out really fast. I think that was their whole idea with trying to bring the Silent Hill franchise back because it was really stagnant for a long time. And I think with the announcement of the 2 remake and stuff, I think that's where they even said in the direct at the time that they had a lot of plans for Silent Hill going forward. So it's nice to see that they're actually pumping these out and people aren't having to wait years and years and years for one game. And a lot of people liked. I know we all had issues with F, but a lot of people did like F quite a bit. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just think it's nice to have more Silent Hill games, even if they're not for everyone.
I just wish I liked them. I really, it's one of those game series I've always wanted to like. And when they announced the remake of 2, I was really, really hyped for it.
Yeah.
And I just didn't like it at all. And then F came, the release that weird flower demo. Can't remember what it was called. That was a bag of shite.
That was
everyone.
awful.
Yeah, I didn't play it because you two said it was the worst thing ever.
The short message.
Something like that. And then F just didn't. I know you guys vibed with it a lot more than I did. I knew within the first hour I will kill myself if I try playing this game all the way through. It was not fun at all. I really, really want to like them, and I'll give this one a go for sure because I'm still trying to relive those PT vibes. You know what I mean? I want that PT reality to actually exist. And this is the closest that we've seen so far because it's first person, I guess. So hopefully we get something like that. Cool. That's 2026, by the way. Everything released, everything announced, apart from one thing, I believe, is 2026. Yeah. 2026, which is really good.
Oh, can we talk about that game real quick, actually? Because we were just talking about Metal Gear a minute ago. The game that now is excited to come out, the Squid game.
Darwin's.
Oh, it's happening. Yeah. It's
that was such
back.
a weird it was the weirdest way they announced that game, bro. Because they were talking about Metal Gear, and then some guy came out and they were like, "Right, we're gonna tell you about the next chapter of the Metal Gear series." And everyone, like me and Alex, I was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then they started showing this octopus, and I was like, "Huh?" Because I think there is a level in it that's based on Metal Gear. I think.
Yeah, something like that.
But seeing this gameplay actually made me sort of go, "Oh, this is kind of fun." I had no idea what it was when you were talking about it, Niall. And thinking that it was coming out at the end of last year, but the game does honestly look quite fun. I don't know why it has a random Metal Gear level, But I think the game looks.
Isn't it made by Konami?
I mean, I guess that probably is the. I still don't know why you. I mean, regardless of if it's made by him, I still think it's weird.
I love that FIFA level in Split Fiction.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think this game actually looks fun from what I've seen. The moment it started playing and Alex said it was Darwin's Paradox, I was like, oh yeah, Niall said that. And I spoke about that game several times and kept saying it was going to come out.
Yeah, because it said it was going to come out. It said 2025, but yeah. No, it looks good.
They weren't far off.
No, they were just a year out, which wasn't great for me. But yeah, no, it looks like a bit of Limbo and Inside, but with a bit more to it. So that's more my type of thing.
To be fair, so when I was watching this yesterday, I was so blindsided by the fact that we got baited into thinking it was Metal Gear Solid that I genuinely can't remember even watching the trailer. But watching it now, it does look fun. It does look like a bit of me.
I just think it was weird to say, here's what's next for the Metal Gear franchise.
Yeah.
And then
play the demo.
Yeah, there's a demo.
Yeah.
Miles downloading that right now.
Yeah, I'm getting on it.
But you know, they didn't necessarily say that. It was what they said was look forward to what's next for the Metal Gear Solid franchise.
Is that what they said?
Yeah, implying that they are creating new games.
Oh right.
And then they showed this immediately.
I don't know. I still feel like
that.
it was bait.
Oh, it was definitely bait, without a fucking doubt. They knew what they were doing there.
Well, yeah, the start of the trailer is showing a Metal Gear Solid
it's a
poster.
Box. Yeah, and like, it was because it showed the box initially. And then they saw the octopus arm coming out of it.
Well, one good thing as well is only 20 quid.
Only 20 quid. Ooh,
oh, really?
20 quid.
Oh,
yeah.
Good. All right, cool.
That's pretty good.
Moving on, there was this was completely out of left field. This one, John Wick, an untitled John Wick game. I have no idea how they're going to do this at all.
I think he's gonna play exactly like Sifu, but John Wick.
That's literally what we said because we was like.
But he's got but he uses firearms as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure you could add some sort of gunplay into that. Yeah, I don't think that would be impossible.
Yeah.
Is he Keanu's voicing him?
It's definitely his face.
Yeah, it's definitely his face. It'll be weird if it wasn't him voicing him, to be fair, considering they've used his exact face.
I don't know. I thought this shit was cool as hell, man. This is the sort of game that was so out of left field and caught me so off guard that I think that hyped me up more. Like, I think even if I didn't know who John Wick was, I mean, to be fair, I haven't seen the films, but I think even if I knew nothing about John Wick, they still would have hyped the shit out of me. I just think the presentation in this trailer and the way they announced it just completely out of the blue was just really cool, and the trailer was just sick. I'm very excited for it. I'm down. I know it might not be Sifu, but I'm down for anything that tries to replicate what Sifu did. Because Sifu, I still think, is like a masterclass in what it was doing with hand-to-hand combat. And if John Wick gets anywhere close to what Sifu was doing mechanically, I think this game's just going to be a treat. I think it's going to be a really, really fun time. Obviously, Sifu had a lot of polish, so it's going to depend entirely on how much polish this game has. I don't know who's making it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I think the idea of a game like this with John Wick. I think John Wick is such a video game character.
Yeah.
I think he works so well for a video game that like I'm surprised this hasn't been done until now. What is the Keanu face?
Just Keanu's face, man. Yeah. So this is captured. So yeah, it looks very much like melee combat. But so will he still be able to shoot people from far away? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's weird. I need to see it properly in action.
It might integrate like gunplay into the combat as part of, like combos and stuff. Like might pull like a gun out of his pocket or something, like in the middle of combos or whatever. Instead of having like traditional aiming and shooting like gunplay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it looks all right. The films, I like them, but they're not amazing. Like not something I watch more than once. Very much like a pizza cut. You know what I mean? They're all edge and no real point. It's the story's complete fucking nonsense. Like every single time. It's just basically a kung fu film.
Yeah, people like it because of the aura. They like watching John. They are watching John Wick.
Just the aura. But what I do hope because John Wick is set basically after John Wick is already retired, and now he gets back in. But I'm hoping this game is set while he is a hitman. Like,
that'd be cool. The different perspective on it. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, exactly. So moving on. So I had to get clarification for you guys from this one. So this is just another trailer for Saros. We've seen Saros before, and we'll see it again before it's released. It looks really good. I'm excited for it. And but like so, what they mentioned that you could respawn straight back where you died. Is that
Yes.
so? Did the because I must have missed it. I only caught the back end of that like sentence. Is that something that's like consumable, or is it just something that you can just do throughout the entire
No,
game?
it's something you can
That's
just
something
do.
you can do.
If you can die, you can go back to any biome that you were previously at. You do not have to run. You don't have to die and run through 5 biomes to get to where you were fighting. You can go straight back to the biome so you can fight the boss that you wanted to fight.
So it's not
like, as soon as
really
you
a
die.
roguelike anymore, then, is it?
I mean, I still think it's a roguelike in the sense of.
What?
I mean, it
Yeah,
depends because
they put like skill tree in there as well.
no,
now, so.
it's difficult. No, because if we base it off that logic, like yeah, Returnal 1 was a roguelike, but it has a definitive ending where there's no point replaying it once you beat it. Once you beat the game, there's no point doing more runs.
Yeah.
In something like Isaac or a traditional roguelike, even if you beat the game, you play again to get more stuff. In Returnal, you beat the game once, you beat in the game. You're not gonna get anything else by playing it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna unlock new things. So this is very much the same as Returnal 1, where I assume once you beat the game and you beat all the bosses, there isn't going to be really much reason to come back unless there's some sort of incentive or additional mode and reason to actually do more additional runs. So I don't necessarily think it's taken away from the roguelike aspect, at least any more than the first game was. Because they're both games that have a story you beat and then stop playing.
A game where you die and go back to the beginning of the level is just a game. You know what I mean? That's like so many games do that.
I mean, I guess, but you're still limited, I guess, by the fact that you don't have to go back to where you spawned. You could still run through the biomes if you want to go and get loot.
All right, fair play.
You probably won't have like all your stuff.
This isn't a thing where you die and it says, "Do you want to retry?" and then you fight again. You can make the decision to be like, "I want to go get more loot and start again, and try and get a better build," or you can just go back to where you were. But I assume you lost the stuff that you had. So you can go back, but you're still at the punishment of not having the stuff that you had before.
Interesting. It'll be like it's a weird take on it. It is a weird like Returnal in itself was a weird take of roguelikes anyway because you got checkpoints, which is weird in terms of roguelikes. So it's a strange take. I'm excited for it though. I like Rahul Kohli. I think he's great. I like him in everything he's in. So I'm looking forward to playing him in this for sure. And I think I am. It is something I'm definitely gonna get. I need to go back to Returnal at some point because apparently they made it easier because I only quit because it was fucking hard as nails.
I was saying to Alex, seeing this gameplay made me more excited for it because I think the gameplay actually looks very clean. I want them to have more of a focus on the co-op. The co-op in the first game was an afterthought, and they didn't really want to do it. I don't think.
Well, it came as an update, didn't it? Like a few months later, so.
Which, as a result, made it kind of jank because I feel like a lot of the mechanics and stuff were not planned out for co-op, and it made things just kind of weird. Especially with like picking up loot and whatever, it just didn't really work because it didn't split it appropriately with both of the players and stuff. So I don't think they've said much about the multiplayer for Saros, even if there is any. I don't know.
I don't remember mentioning it at all.
Me playing the game is probably going to be based entirely on if there is co-op. If not, I'm probably not going to pick it up because I like Returnal, but I didn't love Returnal. And Returnal for me I wouldn't have beat Returnal. I don't think if I was playing it by myself. No. I think the motivation of having someone with me and also wanting to beat it is what allowed me to beat it. So it's going to entirely depend if they add multiplayer or if multiplayer is even a thing in the game. And if they do add multiplayer, I just hope it's a lot more just I guess appropriate for co-op. Like I hope the game is built around the idea of co-op rather than just you can do it. It just kind of doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because it made the first one a bit annoying in a lot of regards. Because like certain items the co-op player couldn't pick up certain items. The host player would be the only one who would get permanent upgrades. Certain cutscenes didn't work. Certain cutscenes would kick the second player that were main story cutscenes. Yeah, it was just a bit jank, the whole thing. So yeah, if they do add multiplayer, I do hope it's just a lot more streamlined and it works.
Yeah.
Compared to the first one, but it does look cool.
That's out at the end of April, I believe, April 30th.
Aye.
So, moving on to the final announcements, then. Big hype. So they are, and I want to talk about this quite extensively. So Santa Monica Studio come up, and I think Lewis, you knew it was God of War straight away, didn't you? Remember
Oh,
you
instantly, yeah.
They are remaking, not remastering, as was rumored. They are remaking the first 3 God of War games, and it's God of War Trilogy remake. What do we think that actually means?
What do you mean? I think it means they're remaking.
So are they doing a Resident Evil?
Kind of like a reimagining almost.
Yeah. So are they? So, but basically, what I'm asking is the perspective
no,
going
I understand.
to change?
Yes, I understand what you mean now. Oh, interesting. I didn't even consider the idea that they would change the formula.
Yeah.
In my head, it was basically the exact same gameplay, exact same camera angles, the exact same perspective, the exact same combo system and everything, just visually up to like modern standards, like visually looking like the PS4 game, the PS4, PS5 games.
Yeah.
In the style of the traditional games. That's how I was perceiving it. You make a good point that it could be a complete like reimagining of those games. I did not even think about that for a second. It didn't cross my mind.
Yeah.
I don't know now.
In my head, that's what, because I think I've played all God of War games at this point now. I prefer the newer style, the over the shoulder camera angle, and I hope that is what they're doing. It's not going to change the fact that I'm going to play these or not, because obviously everyone's really excited about these. They're really great. But I would like the perspective change for sure. I want them to do a Resident Evil there, and I want them to
One thing that's difficult, right, is they said that it's a God of War Trilogy remake, which implies to me that it would be all the games on one disc or one collection. The undertaking to remake all 3 of them completely reimagined with the over the shoulder seems like it would be a tremendously difficult task, and it would take ages, especially for including 3 games on one thing. But if you were to remake the 3 original games in a more modern style, just in terms of like graphically updated, but sticking with the original, the way the original games play, I think that would not only be easier, but it would be a lot more appropriate for a one disc collection.
But the thing, right? So if the term was remastered, there, I'd agree with that. But remake implies from the ground up.
It does.
So if they're just making it, but they're not. It's like they're not tracing over it. You know what I mean? They have to make it from scratch anyway.
I know, but it just seems like it still would be easier because they'd have a baseline to go off of even if they were remaking all the textures and remaking it anyway, but it kept the same perspective and whatever, they still have something to go off. If they were reimagining it, yeah, they have a baseline, but they have to come up with something new, and it is brand new, and that seems way more difficult. And like I said, it's not exactly the same thing, but let's say they remade 2, 3, and 4 all at the same time. There's just no way they would have released them all at the same time on one collection with the quality that they have them and the way that they play, because they're entirely new experiences and must have taken them ages to make in the first place. So doing that for God of War, I feel like would be just, I don't know. I feel like that would be too optimistic for them to make. The only way I could see it is if they announced a trilogy remake, but those games came out separately.
Yeah.
Every couple of years. And it was
we don't necessarily know that's not the case.
That was part of the issue. Yeah, is I don't know if that is what they're doing. Then I could see it being full reimaginings of it, I guess.
Let's go to our in-house video game developer now. What do you think they're gonna do?
Right. Well, it depends. It depends what they want to do. If they want to do, well, that's the thing. So it's not called a remaster. I don't think it would be wise for them to have called it a remake if they're going to keep everything the same but just make it look better. And so I asked to you, people who have played the original trilogy, apart from the camera angle, are there any other major friction points that are of its time which you could see them changing?
There's some weird sex mini games.
Yeah, they're
definitely going to remove that out.
For some reason, Kratos will literally just be walking around, and then there will be a room with women in it, and then Kratos will just like,
and then you got to do quick time events.
You have to go play a sex mini game, and then he walks out refreshed, and done.
It's weird. The whole thing about Grand Theft Auto with the hot coffee thing, and that was something that someone added in. But they God of War got a free pass for that.
I really never understood it in God of War. I always thought it was the weirdest thing. I didn't get it.
Yeah, so if there's enough things where, like for example with Resident Evil 2, or Silent Hill 2, where there's things that they can change, without necessarily, because that's the thing. From what I've seen of gameplay, if they change the camera angle, they're gonna have to change a lot of stuff about the game, like in terms of like the level design, the enemies, the combat, that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to bring up just real quick. Is the so at least from the gameplay, the original games play a lot more like Devil May Cry. They're a lot more hack and slash, very floaty. Like Kratos has no weight to him whatsoever, and he can do some insane shit. Whereas in the 2016, 2017, 2018, the new ones, they're a lot heavier. Kratos is heavy. He's a big boy. Everything he does has weight to it, like a lot of weight. So I just feel like combat-wise, it would be dramatically different if they were to completely remake it, especially in the style of the current games. Because as said, those games, the old games play more like Devil May Cry, very floaty, very fast, very action focused, but like the new games are very heavy, super heavy. Even though there are combo systems, so I've seen some of the later combat in the new games, it never quite get anywhere near the level of those original games in terms of what Kratos can do. So I do feel like that would completely change the feeling of the game if they were to completely change how that's done, and at least match it to the modern games anyway.
Yeah, I consider. I think that what they do, they remake all the cutscenes. They just remake all the models, do all the animations. Probably, maybe redo the voice lines, considering that guy, the voice actor, was there. So they've got him back in. He seems really excited to have work again.
He was
Oh, his
fucking
voice
buzzing.
is so good. Yeah, I love it. I like Christopher Judge, but like that voice, he's the original. What's he called? Terrence
Can't remember his name.
something. He's just got such a good voice. That voice is Kratos to me.
Yeah.
I know they're not even that different, but there is something about that original one that just it hits. It's silky smooth. It's so nice to listen to.
One thing I can see them doing is making it more cinematic, bringing that in line with the new games, like having no cuts, having the game camera go from wherever it is to the cutscene angle, that sort of thing. I think that's what they'll probably do, and they might do some minor retcon stuff with the story to make it align more with the new trilogy, the new 2 games. So yeah, that's what I think will happen.
Lewis, have you played God of War, haven't you?
No, he didn't finish it.
So how far did you get through it?
Shame.
The first 2 hours.
Right, I really try not to spoil the game for you here now, but
I can leave for a minute if you want to. Like,
just go on mute. For a second.
No, I'll mute. Yeah, and then just wave.
Just mute. I'll wave like that when.
Yeah, just wave when I come back. One sec. How do I? Look.
Right, and anyone else who's listening to this can mute as well. So at the towards the last third of the game, you get his weapons from the main game.
Yeah,
they could literally use the same engine to do this.
No.
Yeah.
What Lewis is saying is that it doesn't feel remotely the same.
I mean, no, but they can make it. But they could make it more fluid. They can make it. I feel like the fixed camera angle in this day and age is so outdated. It's so outdated.
Yeah, well, I think that it might not be the fixed camera angle, but it will be the same gameplay and a less over the shoulder perspective. Because that's the thing with the camera being so tight, they can't do a lot of the stuff which they can do in the originals. From what I've seen, it needs to be pulled back more. And I think they might have sections which are like a homage to the original trilogy, where they have fixed camera angle sections, but it'll be mainly just like a pulled back version of the over the shoulder. That's my personal opinion.
Well, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. You can come back in, Lewis.
Hello.
And that's why we don't like
yeah.
Lewis.
Yeah. So I think if the camera angle changes, like you say, as long as it changes from what it was to something, even if it is like pulled back, if you can control the camera, then that would be better. I just think, like I just said, the fixed camera angle is outdated. It's really outdated, and if you're going to do that, you might as well just do a remaster, in my opinion.
Yeah, Lewis.
Don't blame me. I'm not making it.
But anyway, it's an argument I'm sure we'll have many times over the next few months until they show us more. They said next time they show it, they are going to show it.
Yes.
So it might be a while to hear about it. They didn't give any kind of inkling as to a date or anything like that. It could be 2028 for all we know. Could be beyond. But we shall see when it happens. We got one more to talk about. We're still staying on the God of War theme. They dropped this right after the trilogy.
Yeah, this was such an insane drop. This was really unexpected.
So it is a 2D, like it's kind of like a brawler, right? Where you're playing
Yeah,
as
just
God,
like a
of War.
side scrolling. Yeah, I wouldn't say beat 'em up or anything, but yeah, just a side scroller, I guess.
You play as Kratos in his early Sparta days when he was still training.
Before he was covered in ash.
But before he was covered in ash, when he still had a little baby voice, he sounds so funny. Like if anyone hasn't seen the trailer, go and watch it. It looks fun. I am gonna play it at one point. It's just I need to see more about it. I need to see reviews and shit for it because it's £25.
It is out, right?
It is out.
Yeah, it's out.
Yeah, it is. So
What's it called?
It's God of War: Sons of Sparta.
Oh.
I think the 2D animation I think on this is like absolutely phenomenal. By the way,
I'm glad they went with
Like,
pixel art. They went with like a studio that does retro shit.
yeah, it's so fluid though. The animations, like you
Yeah, it
can
looks
really
really
see
nice.
every single movement in every single like attack and jump and just everything about it. It's very very well done.
And it's Santa Monica. We know, they don't really shite, do they? So it's going to be good. I need proof that it's good before I drop £25 on something that it doesn't look like it's going to be that long. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah, I don't know if it's
I think
just coming
20.
off
I think 25 is a decent price though. To be fair, I do. I like how they
Especially
didn't
in
do
this day and
anything.
age.
Yeah, I like how they didn't do anything more expensive than that.
available today. There we go.
Today.
What?
Yeah. So, yeah. And that was it. That was the state of play. It was very, very, very good. It was probably one of the best events we've had in a long time. I can't think of the last really good one.
No. It was, I said yesterday, when was the last time, in general, that we enjoyed any of these gaming presentations?
Yeah.
And then I was like, when was the last time we enjoyed a Nintendo presentation, like a Nintendo Direct? I do not remember. Every single time a Nintendo Direct happens, it's 30 minutes of just the most uninteresting stuff you've ever seen, and then maybe you get a crumb of a franchise you've heard of. Maybe the state of play was either games I've heard of or games I haven't heard of but still looked really good.
There was some anime bullshit in the middle there, but it was diluted enough where it wasn't an issue at all. That's fine. Like
No.
the issue I have with the anime bullshit is when it's all anime bullshit, like in a Nintendo Direct, when you got like 70% of it. The thing is, this had something for everyone in it.
But this is what I don't get, right? Is that Sony, they've actually done quite a good job with this. They clearly have waited until they have something of worth to show people, which I think is the way that these presentations should be done, because it means every time a presentation's announced, there's a reason to be excited. I think the issue with a lot of these studios and a lot of these people who do presentations is the presentation gets announced, but then you watch it, there's nothing of worth. So every single time they announce one, you keep gaslighting yourself into thinking something is going to happen and it never comes. Doing it like this and not dropping anything for ages, but when they announce it, you know they're going to show something interesting, I think is the way to do it. I don't understand how this, for example, had way more interesting stuff to show than the Game of the Year awards. That makes no sense to me.
It had High Guard.
It did. Oh my god!
Well,
I
like,
just don't get. I just don't get how like a presentation. Like, how much do we think the Game of the Year awards cost to make? Must be tens of millions, right? Yeah. Hundreds of millions, maybe, right?
Maybe this is why the Game Awards was
like very expensive
because Sony's got more money.
Yeah, why does everything they show at the Game Awards, everything you sort of groan and roll your eyes at what they're showing, but then Sony drop a state of play randomly in February, and everything they show is just banger after banger after banger.
Well, it's why E3 died, isn't it? It's because everyone. No, I mean maybe, but everyone started saving the stuff for their own stuff, so they could control it, and it was cheaper.
But presentations always existed like that at E3. It was always Sony, Nintendo, Xbox, you know what I mean, and like Ubisoft and EA. Everyone had their own presentations.
They did,
and they were all bangers. It was just all on the same day, and it was always great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they didn't say anything throughout the rest of the year. They didn't show us anything. They didn't announce anything. But when they had a presentation, they had stuff to show. Yeah. Now we get 4 directs in a year, and there's nothing to show because they don't pump out games quick enough. So we don't get
Nintendo
anything.
are just bad. Like that's something you've got to accept
they do
at this point. It's probably just got lucky with this one. Like they've got, it's going to be a good year of games, and they've got games to show. Maybe next year it won't be as good because they won't have as many good games to show. or we got lucky in that maybe because you can forget that there are some people who love anime bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Like 50% of this call like love some kind of anime bullshit.
I agree with the anime bullshit. No, but I agree with the anime bullshit. But half the stuff they show at Direct is like some game running at 4 FPS and with the ugliest art
Yeah,
style
but
you've
some
ever
people
seen.
love that. Like, that's why they keep getting made. That's why they keep getting made because people will buy it. They're like, right, I've finished my
I mean, yeah, I
previous
guess.
4
Someone-
FPS anime bullshit. I need another one.
Someone must be buying it. You're right, I guess.
So this one
I
was
just
just made
don't
for
know who it
us.
is.
It was made for us, and it was made for the people who are vocal on Twitter, and that's why the perception is really good.
Yeah,
Well,
it was
yeah, the
weird though.
position is
At the end of the presentation, me and Lewis were looking at the chat, and it
The
was literally
chat-
just L
The
L
chat
L.
was awful.
Worst,
Yeah,
worst presentation. We
every
were like,
single
how?
every single
How?
comment was either L or no Sonic. That was every single.
Sonic.
That
No
was every
Sonic.
single. That was every
I
single
saw
comment.
multiple predictions of a Sonic game for this state of play, like on Blue Sky. I don't understand why.
I just don't understand why anyone would be excited for that. Like, who wants to see that?
People who
People
love Sonic love
all over,
Sonic.
yeah.
I guess I think the only thing that was missing, the only thing I can think of what would produce an L is the fact that the Naughty Dog game wasn't shown at all. But I don't think it
We ain't
needs to
seeing
be.
that for another like 3 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, they said
I
that
could,
as well. We're not going
Yeah.
to see it for a long time.
Yeah, I could see that as like yeah, kind of like a disappointment. But at
Oh.
the same time, yeah, I'm not expecting to see that for God knows. how
A
long.
Wolverine as well, but again, they came out and said it's not.
And
go-
said there's a
it's not coming.
presentation. Yeah, they said it's getting his own presentation. Didn't
Yeah,
they?
in spring, and that's
in
good. That's
spring.
completely fine. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. Niall, I wanting to do anything else today? Or are we saving it for next time?
What we'll do, so what he's referring to very coyly is our PTR, what's it called? Critics,
Draft.
fantasy critic,
Cricket.
cricket, and yeah. So what we're gonna do is now that these guys have games which they're excited about for 2026, is we're going to. I don't know how we're gonna do it yet. What I think we should do is just so we don't like go crazy and then we're just locked in for the rest of the year. Is we should have 3 transfer windows in which we could bid for like 1 game each or something like that.
Yeah.
We can acquire 1 game. Whether or not the bidding system will allow for that, because 2 people are bidding for it, one person might get it, one person might not. So next PTR show, we will do a live bid, and the week after, the 2 weeks after, we reveal what those bids are, and then we'll do one again probably after Summer Games Fest, and then we'll do one again.
Is it blind bidding or are the bids visible?
I'm not sure. There is an option. It's one of the 2.
I don't think blind bidding. I don't like the idea of it. You know what I mean?
Why?
It just worries me because I
Well,
could
what
be
we'll
dropping
do-
like
you
let's say
scared
I've
that you're
got
gonna get outbid?
I'm scared of the opposite where I think I'm gonna get outbid, so I drop like let's say I've got 100 coins, I drop 80, and then no one else has bid on it.
That's what it's like. And what we'll do is we'll probably be transparent with our initial bids,
Right.
but then people can outbid each other or something like that.
I don't like
That'll work
this.
out actually, because then it'll be 4 games. We'll make it so there's 4 unique games which are bid on, and then someone could get all 4. Well, not all 4, but like 3, and then that means that they just can't bid on any more games. So it's like to your own peril.
Was there an option to turn this bidding process off and just have it all like picked in order?
Yeah, but it's a bit fun.
It's great.
Oh,
Yeah, the bidding's
I
good.
don't know, man.
It's a bit fun.
It scares me.
Like one
Shall
thing which
we-
I'm slightly
do it?
regretting is that we only have 3 slots left.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Should we do an update on the draft? Because we've all got at least 1
yeah,
game.
Oh, go on then. Get it up.
Yeah, well,
I assume I'm in the lead.
I just want to look.
yeah,
Yeah, you're in the lead now. Don't worry.
Yeah, you're not gonna be signing all of us. About be careful.
you can't see the screen. It's fine. I'm sorry.
I
Can't
can
see
see
it.
it.
I know you can see it. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Just as long as I was worried then.
I don't think you're gonna rob me information.
No.
Right.
Click the PTR league.
PTR
Yeah,
league.
there you
Right. Okay. Let's have a gander right now.
go. Maybe turn projected off just so we can see our actual points.
Right. Okay. I'll turn projector back on in a second. Let's zoom in.
I was gonna say zoom in because
Why have we got so much dead space on the left? What's happening?
I don't actually know. Honestly, I can't fix it either. So you just got to deal with this.
It's so blurry.
Whoa! What the fuck?
What?
You can zoom in on Discord streams with a mouse wheel. That's gross.
Oh my god!
I didn't know you could do
That's
that.
incredible.
Whoa.
I'm trying to fix this so it's not thingy, but
The resolution is terrible.
Yeah,
It is. Yeah.
Right. Anyway, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay, it's not Nitro Fiend like us.
I'm not Nitro Fiend. Right. Apologies for anyone watching. I'm trying to adjust the screen, but I realise that the template doesn't actually allow that. Right. So I'm currently winning with 26 points thanks to Neo 3 getting an 85 and Reanimal.
Yeah,
getting
Neo 3 did really well. Yeah.
Then coming up in second, Alex has got 15 points thanks to thanks to Dragon Age 7 Reimagine getting a 85.
Dragon Age, Dragon Quest 7.
Dragon Quest 7.
Dragon Quest, sorry. Fucking hell. Why? Oh, that's why. So
Yeah.
Lewis is in third, but he did really well with Mewgenics, which got an 89. So he's got 19 points, but high on life managed to score a 76, which means he's got -6 because of the counter
Yes,
pick.
No, but obviously
wanna
that's only happened because High on Life has come out.
Yeah, I do want to
very
say
early on.
I'm the only one at the moment who has minus points because I'm the only one who's got a counted game that's released.
You want to know something which I'm excited for?
Well,
In all
go
this is that because we got double points, like 2 points for every point above 90, and because Lewis has picked GTA 6, and it's pretty much confirmed now it is coming out this year. Regardless of how bad I do, I'm gonna fucking shoot up when GTA 6 comes out, and Lewis is gonna plummet to the concrete.
I've already said if GTA, where's this confirmation? This definitely
It's not coming
by the
out.
way?
Because literally the CEO of Take-Two very recently
he said this last
no but
year.
he said it again, and he said it's definitely coming out.
Yeah, he said the marketing's going to start in summer.
And he said we don't spend money on marketing unless the game's coming out.
But there's so much time between now and then. There is so much time, and they are still making it. All they need is to trip up fucking once, and that thing is being yeeted into.
That's the thing, though. I'm gonna be dead last for all this year. I can feel it in my waters.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna win it at the end because it's gonna get like a 96, and I'm gonna get like 30 points.
I've heard rumblings from people who work at Rockstar saying the game is not finished. Who've been saying the game is not finished, and that they're going to struggle to get it out at the end of the year unless they just release it broken. So I'm interested to see. I've already spoken about this with Alex and have said, yeah, if it does come out, that is really good. Even if I pop off for the rest of my games, that GTA release is going to really do damage at the end of the year. Like, it's not going to be good. So I am worried about what I've got to rely on for that which isn't much to rely on because the games you chose aren't great. I've just got to hope that your points aren't particularly high when it comes to the GTA release.
Well, that's the thing. Like, all of my games could come out.
Well, that's the issue with yours. Yeah, is they could.
If they do, then I'm loving life because Persona 4 would get 90s. Light No Fire potentially could get 90s, and GTA will get 90s. So high risk, high reward.
All mine are coming out though. That's the thing. They're all coming out.
So mine.
I am starting to get really worried about Pokopia. Really worried about it.
People. No. I think you're in for a winner. People past.
Yep.
It's a counter pick. It's a counter pick.
Oh, because counter pick. That's why you're worried. I thought you were worried because you chose it. No, people are saying
you chose it, Lewis.
Yeah.
People are saying it's more like what's that farming game called?
Stardew Valley.
Harvest Moon.
Yeah, Stardew Valley. People are saying it's more like Stardew Valley than Animal Crossing, which people thought it was going to be like. It's more farming simulator based than Animal Crossing.
I'm gonna have to watch the previews. There's always been a lot of them. We saw it pop up a few times while we were looking at the trailers. Where the same video kept coming up saying, "Oh my god, I actually like Pocopia." So
I won't say like there's a 0% chance I'll play it, but just based on other farming games and stuff, it just won't be for me, even if it does have Pokemon slapped on it.
Yeah.
But maybe it'll surprise me. I have no idea.
I'll wait for reviews on it for sure. I will wait for reviews on it. But just to round out, so because Lewis got the -6 on the counter pick for High on Life 2 because now picked it, he got 6 because they got a 76. So
strong.
I'm currently in first. Now's currently in last. We'll turn on the projections, try to see what we're looking at now. So Lewis is still it's like projected to win. even with minus 16 points for Grand Theft
No,
Auto.
I'm confident. I chose stellar games. Like I chose disgusting games. Like I feel like it's an easy win for me.
I don't know. I feel
but
like
obviously
I'm like a good contender.
there could be surprises for sure.
Yeah.
You can't pick Super Meat Boy 3D, which is going to get like high 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but I was last to counterpick, so it was like, obviously, it was in my mind. I was like, that's probably the one that's going to get the least amount of points.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah, I'm-
understand why you might have chose that. I'm just saying that
I'm-
that's
I
going to
picked something.
affect you.
I'm worried with Super Meat Boy 3. I'm 50-50. Like I believe it could either score really high or it would just score like 60 and it just won't be that good. But
Yeah,
you,
the
if
only
you,
reason I had to pick Super Meat Boy 3D was because every other game was picked that was going to either not come out or is going to score really high.
Niall made me a believer though.
Yeah.
I think that game's gonna pop off.
I think it is as well.
Yeah. That 2 on unannounced Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake is going to turn into like a solid 15, 16. You know what I mean? So
Which will shoot you up into first place.
Yeah, they will do. So I'm happy with that. But yeah, so we'll like I say, we'll bid on the next PTR show in a couple of weeks, and then the one after that we'll reveal what we've got.
Yes.
Is there anything else for anyone else?
No.
That's it.
Nah.
Leave it, yeah?
Leave it, yeah. Cool. Well, thank you very much for watching. We shall see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.